Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Owens, and today I will be doing part 3 of the Dodge City case from 05/26/2019. The full case runs from 1951 Zulu to 2213 Zulu. I'm starting at the 2201 time frame simply because a lot of cells got quite a bit closer to Dodge City, and typically when you're looking at cross sections you kind of want to be closer to the radar as opposed to farther out, and that's simply because there is potential of you missing something simply due to the inherent nature of the radar. So I'm first looking at the cell between Montezuma and Ensign. If we were to actually go out to a full view, non-zoomed in, you'd actually end up missing quite a few of these isolated 60 dBz echoes, and these actually can show a pretty good case of wheres and bewares. And if we actually do go out to the full, you can see how easy that is to miss. So always zoom in your radar if you can. So I initially pulled up the, I initially looked at that cell between Montezuma and Ensign, and just pulling up the full cross section, you can actually start seeing a bit of the tilt to that where beware, and if we adjust the swing, you can actually really see it starting to pick up here. And with the position, the great thing about GR2 is you can adjust the cross section on the fly even if you can't adjust the location. You can actually start seeing that 8th node even though it's fairly tilted, which could also be the rainfall associated with that causing it. But if I remember right, when we start putting on the severe boxes, come on. When we start putting on the severe boxes, I don't remember if there was actually, they actually issued anything for this, but in addition to that, I am going to go back out, and yeah, they to the south, they did issue the flash flood warnings. The north is definitely more interesting, especially along this box here, and I'm going to admit it's not the greatest to look at simply due to the range. But if we actually come in and take a nice little look at this, and you can see there are some issues, and I'm not turning my smoothing on because of that. So again, we're going to try to just cut it across here, and oh yeah, forgot to close that up. So we're going to close that, and we're going to rerun. Come on. Yeah, you can see, again, this is an inherent issue with the radar, but you can see it's just so high up that you're missing so much of the lower sections. However, given the echoes, especially at that range, I would, if this was my AOR, I would have personally issued based on that, and I think Goodland ultimately did. For the 3D cross-section, we are going to come back in to Goodland and the cell between Montezuma and Ensign, and I will admit this isn't the greatest. I haven't figured out how to reset my product. So there's again, we can see that tilt to the storm here, and if I come back, yeah, you can really see just how badly I messed this up to a point where I don't even think I can do much with it at this point. But you can see that tilt. Taking it with the 2D cross section, I would you would be able to see the where and beware with that as well. And again, with your winds going across, which I think base velocity, yeah, we're going to switch over to base velocity. You do have quite a bit of echoes and quite a bit of decent echoes coming back from that, and if you turn your smoothing on, it really doesn't do too much, or your DA listings. Alright, but you do see some nice gate to gate down in the south, and we can actually run a 2D cross section on that as well. And BV, not the greatest, but hang on, let's try running a little bit longer. BV, yeah, Again, not the greatest since we do have our smoothing on here, and we're going to take that off and just rerun that. Yeah, there is a little bit of gate-to-gate in the upper atmosphere as well. I believe in the 50 knots range. So again, it is worth keeping an eye and seeing potentially if that cell would produce a tornado if we went on down the line.